Okay, so everybody's got a neighbor. So just share with your neighbor what struck you about that episode. What did you notice? What stuck out for you in watching that? All right, I know you've only had a minute, but you'll get more chances to engage about the video, and I'm curious to hear some of the things that people noticed. Any volunteers? Yeah, Margaret.
I was surprised that they were kind of bilingual, that they were using their kind of common language to describe what was happening, and then talking more of the scientific one toward the end. We saw that in the video this morning too. But very interesting how they were talking about it, making sense in their own words.
Okay. What else did people notice? Yeah.
I noticed the use of words "I think" and "is that right" a lot, which suggests to me that they are they're sharing their ideas right now. That maybe that's what they're thinking of their task as being.
You know, I'm surprised that they talk like of problem things that's not part of this particular question. But they extended it to what they have learned in the past, I guess, where they had to rub things to put more stuff to charge.
Okay.
Great group dynamic.
Great group. What did you see that makes you say that?
Equal weight. They were respectful of each other's ideas.
I thought they needed in LA.
Well, you thought they needed in LA. Interesting. What did you see that makes you say that?
Well, they just kind of went in so many directions, which is good. But I would have liked to have seen a little more funneling, or at least leading questions that would.
So you were seeing them
coalesce things a little bit more.
So you were seeing them exploring a few different avenues,
Which is good.
and that good. But maybe you're thinking there's like too much of that. You'd rather have seen them be more focused.
That we should have the other step, which is to kind of get more consensus.
So this was only 2 minutes long, and maybe it's okay with you for 2 minutes.
Right.
But you'd want to know that more focus was coming
I was
any minute
waiting
now.
for somebody to walk in and sit down and kind of sit there for a little bit.
Did other people have that
and ask a
response too?
question.
No. What did you think?
Yeah, I guess I'm still confused about the LA model because I ascribe to the idea of everybody being heard and exploring, but I'm also so traditional that eventually I want to see an answer coming out, and I want some clear physics on the table that enables problem solving, and I guess that is my ultimate.
And I'm maybe challenging you a little bit by showing you an episode in which that doesn't take place during the episode, and I'm not telling you whether and when it did take place, right? So I'm leaving you with this discussion kind of in and of itself for you to sort of take your own pulse about what you think of this kind of discussion.
The one good thing though is like the fact that they couldn't get to an answer in 2 minutes and have like one student get the right answer and explain it to the other. So it was a challenging enough problem that they really needed each other to bounce ideas off of each other and things. And so in that regard, it's good. It should take a couple minutes to process it all and to hear each other. And it shouldn't be just, this is so easy, one of them gets it, explains it to the others, and we move on.
So you want to know that there are problems that take more than 2 minutes to figure out, and this is an example of that.
To get around
And
it.
okay. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say I see them making progress in this video. I don't think I had the impression that they were all over the place. Like I heard them talking about or proposing that maybe things jump from one to the other, and then thinking about this polarization model, and then going back to thinking about why or what makes things jump from one thing to another. And so I would be perfectly satisfied for them to keep talking for multiple minutes.
Because you feel like it's going in a good direction the way it is.
I totally do. Yeah.
In the first session, one of the people said that the first thing they noticed was there's no LA, because but I mean the fact is that a lot of the time in an LA supported classroom, an LA is not going to be there, right? And I mean the LA being there is supposed to be supporting great kinds of learning going on when the LA is not there, right? So I think it's important to think about student only dynamics as well as LA student dynamics. What other comments?